Hey, it's Marii. Welcome to Moments with Marii, a place for healing, soft living, and showing up whole. I'm so glad that you're here. One of the most uncomfortable feelings for me as a woman is feeling so hard and feeling so tough and feeling so sheltered that softness feels foreign. I don't know how to lean into softness. Even being put in situations that require me to be soft, it feels so foreign that I start to feel like a tightness in my chest. For girls who grew up in a household where softness was seen as a weakness. We were forced to grow up early, to be strong during difficult times without our sadness being validated at all. And we would gaslight ourselves. We would think that having emotions towards certain situations was unwarranted or we're being dramatic. Sometimes we will even be made to feel that we are just exaggerating. Like, whatever these people did to you, it's no reason for you to be upset, just completely invalidating. And what makes it worse is that when there's times that we actually just need somebody to just hold us and tell us everything's going to be okay. You don't need to carry this alone. Instead, we get praised for our strength and our resilience. And that we think that this level of self abandonment is okay. We think that because we've abandoned our emotions and our feelings, and even abandon our experience in the name of being strong, we think that this is the way to be. And this is why we grow up to be such strong willed and tough women when we really don't want to be this way. In the moments that we are abandoned, we're left to really believe that we don't need nobody. Like, we don't need to lean on nobody, and we shouldn't need anybody. And it's a situation where we tell ourselves that we can't rely on anybody because we can't trust anyone. The sad fact and the unfortunate reality is that a lot of us were raised by unhealed people. A lot of us had adults in our lives who grew up with a lot of trauma that they didn't heal from, and they passed the wounds down to us. And as a result, we grow up wounded. We grow up to be adults who numb ourselves from our emotions that are supposed to be natural to feel. What's even worse is that when we disconnect from the things that actually bring us joy and make us feel safe with softness, we struggle to reconnect with those things. And if you're anything like me, I don't even remember some of the things that I used to enjoy because I lived on survival autopilot for so long that when I when I have the time to actually lean in, I can't even recall that time of my life that I was soft and joyful. And then here you are, unable to be soft, unable to be compassionate with yourself, and you're constantly telling yourself, snap out of it, you're strong. But your mind, your body, and your soul is literally tired of being strong. It wants to bask in softness now. So I look back at my life. I'm 32, and I'm choosing at 32 to redefine softness. Softness might look different for you, and it's going to look a completely different way for me. But ultimately, we should receive softness as something that doesn't make you weak, but it's a way to make you feel safe. Being soft is about being safe with who you are. It's about feeling safe to receive good things because you deserve them and because you want to. Being safe to be able to disconnect and pour into yourself everything and anything that it is you need at a particular moment. Being safe in softness for me today is about being able to sit in what I feel, not running away from it, but processing and reflecting and reminding myself that it's okay to feel the way I feel, and that I'm fully capable of making decisions for myself. And I'm fully capable to sit in the feeling, go through the feeling, and to be able to heal from the feeling instead of trying to run away from it and avoid it in the image of being strong and resilient. Another huge aspect of being safe in softness for me is to be able to recognize when it is I need to connect and disconnect. And both have been so hard for me. It sounds weird because you would think that one person, like you should be like on either side, but I'm on neither side. Like I struggle with knowing when to connect. I struggle with knowing when to reach out. I struggle to be able to lean into situations where I know I can trust somebody. It's one thing when I can identify when I can't trust someone, but I can have a good person that I've met in my life and have every reason to trust them, but I don't feel safe in doing that. And that's something that being safe in softness is something I'm really trying to identify and recognize. And it's okay to accept and receive assistance so that you can fully lean into your softness. That is one for me, because putting anything that I am responsible for in the hands of another human being just to be soft is like foreign language. If I have to put my needs or things I need to do in the hands of someone else, I have to be like full to the brim and unable to function without that person's help. But I'm slowly learning that, first of all, my body doesn't even know how to process when I need help. I learned that in the last couple of years, that somebody, I think it was probably my husband, he would say like, you have a lot going on and you don't let people help you. And I'm like, I don't need help. What are you talking about? But when you look in hindsight, help is nice, because I don't have to really carry all of this by myself. And that, even to be able to say that, comes from a place of learning to lean into softness. In that same realm, being soft and being safe in it is also to remind myself that my worth is not attached to how much I give and how much I do. And in moments that I cannot be present, or I cannot lend a hand, or I cannot be a shoulder to lean on, it's okay. It has nothing to do with my value, because when I am capable, I do it to the best of my capacity. But when I can't, it's okay. I have to be soft with myself to know it's all right. And I have to be safe in that feeling, and I have to trust that feeling as well. And then going on the opposite end of connecting and reaching out or needing assistance or leaning on people, knowing when to disconnect, knowing when, like, let's put it like this, like my brain is wired to question everybody's actions, intentions, even their silence sometimes. And the little voice in my head would tell me that I have to show up for people at the highest level. But knowing when to disconnect and honor the times where that is literally difficult for me. I have to be able to tell myself, listen, you are used to showing up for these people, and these people are used to showing up, are used to you showing up for them. But know when to check out, know when to check in, know when to assess what it is I need. And like I said earlier, you want to feel what you feel so that you can pass through it. It's unfortunate that the little voice in my head tells me in the times that I want to honor myself and what I feel, that what I'm doing is wrong. But it's something that I have to keep reminding that voice, shut up. I need my time. I need my time to collect myself. I need my time to recharge. And I need my time to be soft. But the voice will often come and tell me that if I can't do everything on my own, that I'm weak. I'm supposed to be able to carry it all. And if I can't do it without help, then I probably just shouldn't do it. Like I don't deserve it. I don't need it. Sometimes that voice is so vicious to tell me that, like, the way that I pour into people, people will never pour into me the same way, because I don't deserve it. I don't deserve that level of attention or aid or that space to be soft. But what I'm doing now is that I'm leaning into the softness despite what the voice is telling me. And I'm trying to find safety in it. And I have to rewire my thinking. This is actually me in real time reparenting myself. And every time that I have the opportunity today to have help offered to me, like I said earlier, I don't feel it in my body that I need help. But When I do have the opportunity for someone to take care of something and me not take care of it, I'm now telling myself it's okay to have help. You deserve it. You already do so much. This is how I'm rewiring my thinking and how I'm combating those negative voices in my head that are telling me you're weak for not being able to do this without help. I'm now telling myself that it's okay to have help. It's okay for somebody to do something for me, not because I have something else to do, but simply just to take it off my plate. That's like a new level of softness that I've never experienced before. And when I'm too overwhelmed to help people who just expect it from me because that's just what I got them used to, I tell myself that this level of extending myself does not serve me. And it may not sit well with them, but it feels good to me to not have to overextend myself. When I feel myself tensing up in the face of experiencing joy, because I do that sometimes where I can be taking a break to do something that I really want to do. I never do it to completion. I usually would stop myself and be like, all right, this is too much joy. Like, this is too much happiness. This is too much of a break. This is too much of a luxury. I'm now learning to take a deep breath and smile through it and soak it in and tell myself that I am safe to receive this level of joy. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to smile. It's okay to enjoy that warm, fuzzy feeling. I have to. I have to work through that so it doesn't feel so cringe because it doesn't feel safe yet. But it's something that it takes a lot of inner work and talking to your negative feelings, talking to your negative words to negate those thoughts. And over time, the negative self talk will diminish. I actually tried this exercise, I think back when I graduated college, and I was real bad with negative self talk. Like, I would insult myself. I would put myself down. And I took like an active time to first, I'm going to have a whole episode about this for sure, but just in brief, like I had to first identify that voice and it was not my voice. It was the voice of my first bully. You know what I mean? And then I combated each negative thought with two positive thoughts. And over time, I have noticed that that negative voice is quiet. It's not as loud. It's there, but it's not as loud as it used to be. The inner child in me needs to know that she is safe. She has the free will to create the life of her dreams, and that includes a life of softness and safety. I am in charge of my safety now. No one else. That is probably the biggest thing for me. It may not sound that big, but nobody else is in charge of how you ideally feel right now. It's you who are in charge of it. There's people who can have an effect on it, but once you receive it, it's your job now to choose what you do. And as much as we want somebody to come save us, as much as we might need somebody to come and hold our hand and give us a hug and tell us that everything is going to be fine, there's nothing that anyone in the face of this earth can do that will be more effective than the safety that you create for yourself. Once we exude that softness in us, we will attract those people and those energies that will support our softness, and we will ward off the people who threaten that. The people who don't feel comfortable in our safety, in our softness, and in our just being our true genuine selves, the more that we lean into the softness and we create a safe space for ourselves to be soft, we will ward those people off like mosquitoes. And the people who deserve our softness, who deserve to be in our company, we will attract those people naturally. Just like I talked in my episode about learning to trust myself, which is a very deep and raw topic for me because it's something that I'm learning and working on in real time. Make sure you check out that episode if you haven't. What I'm really learning is that when I start to serve myself, make decisions daily that serve me and allow me to show up as my most authentic self unapologetically, this is what unlocks that hump that some people get stuck on in their healing journey. This is what ultimately will help you feel the true joy in healing and improving yourself. And it's something that there was a day I made a couple decisions that day where I had to show up for a few people and I was not well. And I simply just chose not to. And I did what I needed to do that day. Not only did I choose not to show up, I actually practiced what I preach, where I sat in it, I identified what I needed, and I gave it to myself. I actually found myself smiling. I found myself actually smiling, and I said to myself, it sounds cheesy, but I was like, oh, this is what healing feels like, because I got like this fuzzy feeling inside me where I didn't stretch myself, I prioritized myself. And like the cherry on top was that I didn't feel guilty for leaning into my softness in that day. So it's something that I'm learning over time, getting better with over time. But as long as I'm able to show up as my authentic self and continue to create that space of safety for my softness, I think I'm going to be all right. And if you're someone who is also really struggling to lean into softness, lean into joy, lean into passion, I really hope that this message is something that could really help kickstart that part of your journey and really unlock something really big for you so that you could start really blossoming into the best version of yourself. Thank you so much for spending a moment with me today. If this resonated with you, make sure that you share it with someone that you love, and make sure that you are subscribing on all platforms to stay up to date with Moments with Marii. Until next time, be gentle with yourself.